So, hey guys, I am at Britam Insurance, and today I am joined by the branch manager, Britam Eldoret branch. He's going to introduce himself to the masses. Hi,
Hi,
introduce yourself to those at home.
how are you? My name is Metro Tapke. So, Britam branch manager here based in Eldoret. We're based at Imperial Court on second floor.
Okay, thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Ready for some quick fire questions?
Absolutely, anytime.
Well, guys, let's just start tumuulize maswali ngumu ngumu nini nini. So, if you really want to know more about insurance, tap in. So, the first question is, what is the one misconception that you've come across about matters insurance that you'd want people at home to know that is not the truth? This is the truth about this certain fact.
Okay, the one big misconception about insurance is that insurance doesn't pay. So people don't uptake insurance because there's a notion in their mind, or maybe they saw an experience before, or an experience with someone, a relative, that insurance doesn't pay. And so that's why there's been a hesitant of people taking up insurance. But I can assure you from the data and the experience and the stability of Britam is that insurance and Britam actually pays for claims.
Okay. And considering you are based in Eldoret, what are some of the insurance covers that you would recommend to the Eldoret residents to actually go for, considering the landscape of the region?
We have a lot of opportunities. Given the landscape of the region, one of the solutions we propose, especially someone in the 20s to 30s, because at this particular phase, someone is looking for short-term savings. So we have money market funds or a bond plus investment. But this is a particular phase where you find someone is in the process, they are transitioning into having children and so on. So one of the critical policies that we could actually recommend is a medical cover, because they are planning to have a family, children will be there, they will get sick, go to hospital. So medical cover solution will actually work. Another solution we propose is they are planning for the children's education. How can I start saving for the mid to long term, for my child's high school, university? But it's also, we normally say it's never too early to start saving for retirement, because at some point one is going to stop working. So start saving for retirement now, in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, and so on and so forth. So we'd recommend the money market funds or the bond plus investments, medical cover for the family, wife, spouse, and the kids, education plan savings for mid to long term, for university, for high school education, and so on and so forth.
Okay, you have really brought about a really interesting topic that is from the 20s to the 30s. So, as a Gen Z at home who's watching us today, what insurance cover would you advise them to go for first? Because Gen Zs, you're like, hey, insurance ni vitu za wazazi, man, we don't relate. But considering how things are going, like worldwide, internationally, regionally, we can say that we also need to ni kuchangamka, guys.
Yes.
So, what advice would you give a Gen Z out there? Like, this is the first policy you need to start with.
So the Gen Z out there in their 20s and 30s, quick one is definitely for them to take up a money market fund. It's not an insurance, it's actually an investment. And the reason why is this: one can start as little as 1,000 shillings and put the money anytime, monthly, lump sum, because of the issue of saving for a goal. Either short term, 6 months, 1 year, the saving to start up a business, saving to go YOLO, holiday, Diani, or abroad. So that you can use this vehicle to start saving for that particular fund. The same for a wedding or a coito, or to buy an outfit, and so on and so forth. So the money market fund allows the Gen Z who's having an income, whether they're in business, whether someone is a farmer, they get access to some money within 6 months to 1 year, and they start the habit on a slowly, monthly, regular basis. So the first solution would be a money market or a bond plus investment. And the beauty about Britam is that they can be able to see the returns on their phone, and they can withdraw the funds from their phone. So they can see the money growing and compounding, and the funds actually compound on a daily basis. That's what we say is a first baby step. Number two is to consult a financial advisor. Sit down with someone, sit down with a team of financial advisors, and we discuss with the person, Gen Z, what's your goal for 1 year? What's your goal for 5 years? What's your goal for 10 years? What's your goal for 20 years? Countries plan, Vision 2030. So we also ask individuals, Why can't you also have your own master plan for 5 years, for 10 years? So we sit down with you to journey and plan your finances to enable you to accomplish and achieve your financial goals, because you need to have a plan and it's come in place to ensure the plan works.
Okay. So from your conversation, while the meeting was going on, you said you've been with Britam for 15 years. What is the weirdest or the funniest claim you have ever come across?
A claim, or we paid a claim.
Yeah, you paid a claim that to you guys were like, you know,
Yeah.
but like it didn't make sense.
Okay, I can say we actually back. What I can comment is COVID period. We had a situation where we had a client who actually passed on during the COVID period, and so I was able to see, as I mentioned earlier, people don't take insurance because they think insurance doesn't pay. So in this particular case, when a client passed on, I called the beneficiary and told them, actually bring in your ATM. The client was surprised. What do you mean? Yes, we are going to pay the claim. So when the client came into the office and you asked them, bring this list of documentation, and when we made the first payout, the client was actually, or the beneficiaries were actually surprised to see that insurance actually pays. And it paid because of that particular aspect of death happened during a certain situation, certain period, and the family was able to continue with their lifestyle because the breadwinner was no longer there. So the schools, kids were able to go to school, maintain their lifestyle because we were able to pay a claim. So that was interesting. It stopped from stopped from selling to now coming to the actual part, us paying, because we made a promise when the client was onboarding the client, we will pay, but then actually coming to pay and honor the promise. That was real, that was transformational, and gives me a lot of joy to see a family stable because we gave them a solution. Number two, gives me impetus to continue preaching the same message. Please take up, because you never know about tomorrow.
1, 2. You have heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Thank you so much for being part of this. And as we wind up, anyone who wants to find Britam services in Eldoret, how can they find you? Social media? Is there a number they should call? Or if there's a walk-in, how
All
do
right.
they access?
How do you access insurance? How do you access our services? If you're based in Eldoret, you can actually come to our office at Imperial Court on first floor. Come to Britam. Number two, you can get in touch with a financial advisor. If talk to someone from Britam, have a sit down with them in our office. They can able to give you a solution and show you the way forward at Britam here at Imperial Court, and also the financial advisor, so can able to have a conversation with you on the way forward.
Well, involve me. We have just involved you with the best insurance company in town, and not just in town, in Kenya. Thank you so much for having us. I've been your host, Talaka Simbili, and this is Niko Eldy.
Yes.